어디서 이런 선입견이나 편견이 오는 걸까요?
흑인에 대한 선입견이요? 글쎄요. 방송이나
왜냐면 막 영화 같은 데서도 좀 막 흑인들이 가난하고 백인들이 다 부자고 엘리트고 이런 영화를 그냥 어릴 때부터 보고 크니까 그런 것 같아요.
Hello, welcome everybody back to my channel. I just want to thank everyone who took the time out to watch my last video. Well, first, thank everyone who commented. Thank you. I appreciate the interactions and you sharing your point of views and your experiences in my last video. But for the ones who just wanted to just throw hate out there, your opinion, I don't mind debating. But when you say things like go back to your own country or something like that, I'm just going to block you. I'm not even going to like entertain you. I'm just block. Anyway, to get past all of that, the last video talked about shining a light on the problems I think are within the foreign community, which makes it hard for foreigners here. I feel like that particular perspective or those issues have never been talked about. I feel like people just want to talk about Korea and bash Korea. This video, I want to talk about what I think are issues in Korea when it comes down to foreigners. I don't want it to be like, oh, me just saying Koreans have this problem, Koreans have this problems. No, I want to share some information about foreigners to maybe help bridge the gap a little bit between Koreans and a lot of foreigners, but at the same time offer a solution. Alright, number one, the older community in Korea. Now I know the older community in Korea is growing because of the birth rate here in Korea is drastically low. I think the lowest in the entire world. So the older community is growing very, very rapidly. And I do understand that you being older, you more than likely 99.9% of you guys have spent your entire lives in Korea and you've invested so much of your own income into, so there's a sense of entitlement. And I get that 100%. However, the older community can be quite rude here. Especially to me. I've had like 3 or 4 just terrible encounters with Koreans. And I'm going to share the 2 very, very short stories right now. Recently, I was on a train, I was coming home from work, and I literally walk up to the door because I'm about to get off at the stop. And I'm right at the door, train maybe is like 20 seconds from stopping. I'm like on my phone and I'm like translating something. I forgot what I was on, but I know I was on the translator app. Oh no, I was trying to figure out this Korean word for something. And this older man, and I'm not saying 40, 50, I'm talking like 70, probably 80, I don't know, walks up to my right, looks me up and down. Now for all you Americans know, we call it mug people. We do not mug people. We do not, because it's like, you got a problem or you got an issue? Now mind you, you're an older person. I'm definitely not about to fight an older person. No. But I will like, mug back like, what's your beef? Like, what's going on? But he walks up, looks me up and down, and was like, big. Now, for the other ones that know me, know, I literally 80% of the time, I take the high road. But 20% of the time, I'm driving down there in hell. So I was already on my little translator app. So I was like, oh, okay, like, you really want to be rude. So I write a little message, and I show him. And my message said, you really old, dying soon?
Damn.
You know, and I think that was one of my hell moments. It really was. Like, why would you do that? Why would you just walk up to me, someone who can clearly kick the snot out of you? I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't fight an old person. I wouldn't even take my time out to do something like that. My thing, what I'm saying is, why do it? What was the point of that? We were not in the competition. I'm not trying to rush out the door before you. I was already standing there. Anyway, story number 2. Again, I'm on the train again. And I'm standing right in front of the door. And the train is coming to the stop. And I feel like 5 fingers. We all know what 5 fingers feel like. Don't even try to say I'm exaggerating. I feel force up against my back. And the train hasn't even stopped yet. So why do I feel 5 gnarled fingers on my back? At first I was like, maybe the person lost their balance. No, the force is now increasing. So I take my left hand I grab it, I squeeze the hand, and then I like force it down. I throw it down as just like, get your hands off. You shouldn't be touching nobody. We just came from COVID. Why you don't put your hands on me? I want to share with you. I did not know the person was old. I didn't. I just turned around and pulled the hand off me, and I turned around. I was like, don't touch me. The person didn't even say sorry. They just looked and like looked away. And the other Koreans that were standing around, they were like, you know. But let's offer a solution to this. I will speak the African American community, we are told to respect our elders. I have probably heard that term maybe a million times. Not a million times because I was disrespecting my elders, but it is something that is ingrained in us to give respect to your grandparents, to give respect to the elderly that's out in the street, to be respectful. So if there maybe is something in elderly Korean person's mind that, you know, maybe foreigners or African Americans, darker skinned people are not respectful to their elders, I just want to clear it up that in my community, the African American community, we are told, it is ingrained in us that we need to respect our elders. So if you ever see me out, dear older person, if you're watching this video, dear younger person talking to their grandparent, maybe you want to show them this clip, I will not do anything to you. I will not push you. I will not bully you. I will not talk anything. I won't say anything. I won't be disrespectful unless you're disrespectful to me. But I will not do anything to you. It's just not in my nature. Hopefully that helps. All right, something on a more serious note. The dating fetishes. First I'm going to say is I don't think fetishes are terrible. I don't. How they are played out is what I think is terrible. And from my experiences and my friends' experiences, from the African American experience, I don't know why y'all think it's okay to come up to, females, African American females, and ask them do they have dark nipples. Like I don't even know why you think that's okay. I don't. That person is a stranger to you. Why even ask that question? I don't understand. In person and on dating apps, do you feel like it's okay to ask about BBC? Most of the time, what happens is there's a false expectation on your profile, like, oh, I'm looking to date, but you're not really looking to date. You're looking to why it's okay to call somebody the N-word or a slave, a person of color, when you're in that moment. Now, mind you, that has never happened to me because I check it real quick. Never happened to me, but I have, friends and they share these experiences. They like, I don't know why this person thought that this was okay to do, and they no longer talk to that person. Like, I just don't understand it. I think it's okay to have a fetish, but there's a way you go about exploring that fetish, and saying derogatory terms, saying and using derogatory terms is not going to get you where you want it, where you want or hope for it to be. So, yeah. I don't have too much to say about that one. A solution. Everything that I just said, using the N-word, asking about dark nipples, asking about BBC, calling darker skinned people slaves, let's not do that. How about you just throw that right out of your head? Take it out. If you see something that you watching you on Twitter X, or you're on that late night Twitter, or you just on a computer looking up adult activity, and you're like, wow, I think that's really attractive. That's something I may want to try. I think that is perfectly fine. Again, it's how you go about it. But yeah, all those 4 things I just said, throw it out of your mind right now. Don't say it, because we don't like it. We don't like it. This one, I'm going to treat like a PSA. Listen, all black people are not from Africa. I'm going to say that again. For the ones in the back, all black people are not from Africa. Alright? Alright.
한국 사회에서 한국 사람들이 흑인에 대해서 어떤 편견이나 선입견을 가지고 있는 것 같나요? 예를 들어서 뭐 어디 출신일지, 아니면 뭐 성격은 어떨지, 어떤 직업을 가졌을지 등등.
아프리카에서 왔다고 그렇게 생각을 주로 할 것 같고, 아무래도 좀 놀리는 약간 그런 것들.
I'm not dissing Korea, but the world is like this. Korea is like this. I say that to say that I am saying that because it can be very offensive. I'm put it to you like this, okay? Better way of saying this. If you're in America, for Koreans, because we know Koreans, y'all have this tumultuous relationship with like Japan and China. I ain't getting into that because I know a little bit of history, but I don't know too much. But y'all know I'm right. Y'all don't. Y'all have that relationship, and I just asked you, oh, are you Chinese? I know 99.99% you will be offended. You will be offended. And don't try to sit here and say, like, oh, you darker skin. I thought you were from Africa because your skin is dark. Okay, I could say the same thing based on experience. I'm not even make an assumption. Y'all know, my Korean friend, he went to China with me. We would go into Chinese restaurants and the Chinese people would literally talk to my Korean friend in Chinese because they thought he was Chinese. Because they said he looked Chinese. And I know some people be like, oh no, Koreans look different from Chinese or Japanese people. Chinese people don't even know. And I'm sure if we went to Japan, they would do the same thing. I'm sure if we went to Taiwan, they would do the same thing. The same thing. Don't sit up here and say like, oh, because you're darker skinned, a lot of darker skinned people from Africa. It's okay to do that, but it's not okay for me to be like, well, I mean, your eyes are similar to Chinese people. No, I'm not Korean. We look different. Yeah, I can say the same thing. We look different from Africa. I mean, you may not know that. Again, I understand. A homogenous society. But you know what isn't homogenous? The internet. Books. That's not homogenous.
외국에 나가본 적 있으세요?
네, 저는 있어요.
근데 한국 사람이 외국에 나가면 아시안이라고 차별을 많이 받는다고 생각을 하세요?
간혹가다 그런 좀 안 좋은 가치관을 가지신 분들이 길거리에서 이렇게 인종차별적인 행동을 하시긴 했어요.
예를 들어서
제가 아시안인 거 아니까 이렇게 지나가면서 중국인인 줄 알고 혹은 일본인인 줄 알고 뭐 이런 식으로 인사를 한다든지 뭐 니하오 이러고 도망가신다든지 그런 게 있어서 좀 당황한 적은 있어요.
그런데 기분이 안 좋잖아요. 그럼 근데
엄청 안 좋았죠.
So, let's provide a solution to this. It's real simple. We're going to say this. Where are you from? So I got my little book because I'm learning Korean and I want to learn to be respectful. In Korean, it says, for my people who don't speak that much Korean or you know a little Korean, I want you to say, 어느 나라 사람이에요? What country are you from? I think that would be very, very helpful. Now, my next thing, it's going to kind of piggyback off of that. But it's like a whole separate category. When I say it, you can be like, yep, go back to your country. I know. Some of y'all looking at this computer right now like, yup, And for my people of color, you already know what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry to say it. When white people say it in America, you can go back to your country. First of all, this country not even yours. But this video is not, it's universally not like, it's just not like, you tell anybody, go back to your country, it's like, what? What? I won't say the public. I've never heard someone tell me outside in the public. It's always like the Hogwarn directors, the Hogwarn bosses. You can go back to your own country. Now, you be careful saying that to me. Because one probably will do it. And do it in the most fucked up way to you. Do a midnight run real quick. You think you got a teacher coming in? You think I'm going to teach my next class? I don't know, I already went back to my country. Probably went to a different country. Be careful saying that to me. You don't tell somebody to go to your country because it just makes a person feel like they're not welcome. And I know that's not the representation of everyone in that community, in that country. That's just something that you said. Once you say that, it's just going to put a bad taste in their mouth about you. Let's just not say it. You want to fire somebody? Just let them go. Just let them go. Like, hey, look. We can give you 2-3 months. We can give you a 30-day notice and you have to go. I'm sorry. Relationship is not working out. You know what you could say? If you want, you can go back home or you can go to another school. I actually don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. So let's say that. Let's say you can go to another Hogwarn. You can go home. You can do whatever you like. But the relationship here is not working out. I think that would be best. Now this last one, it's a heavy one. And I have talked to many Koreans about why the mindset is like this. And again, I know we talk about how modern society, but I'm going to talk about the P word and the R word. I don't want to say it too much here because people down in the comments think like, somebody tell me go back to my own country. From my understanding, my Korean, I asked, I said, why is the mindset like this? And from what he told me, he said that the Korean news, this is what the Korean news shows this about the black community. So everyone has this mindset.
어떤 식으로 정확하게 선입견이 있을까요?
그러니까 막 흑인은 막 위험하다 이런 선입견이 많이 있는 것 같아요. 막 영화에서도 막 총 쏘고 막 마약하고 이런 것 때문에.
어디서 이런 선입견이나 편견이 오는 걸까요?
흑인에 대한 선입견이요? 글쎄요. 방송이나
미디어야.
미디어에서 어떻게
왜냐면 막 영화 같은 데서도 좀 막 흑인들이 가난하고 백인들이 다 부자고 엘리트고 이런 영화를 그냥 어릴 때부터 보고 크니까 더 그런 것 같아요.
And I do understand that whole point because American news is the same thing. What they expose people to is what the mindset is about the African American community. What I would want to say is whatever they're showing you, African Americans, they're into gangs, drugs and violent. I ask yourself this question: how many dark-skinned people have ever committed a crime against you? You, my watcher, you, your family member, and compare that to your entire life. Haven't had any experience to be around someone of color? Go down and take one. Just walk by them. See what they do. I can guarantee you, I'm 100% confident they won't do anything. Try to have a conversation. Try to have a conversation. Because I'm sure they're going to be nice to you. I'm sure they're going to be pleasant to you. They're not going to try to stick you up. They're not going to try to sell you drugs. They're not going to try to hit you. Just try. Just attempt. And I can guarantee you, whatever you've been told, your mind will be blown. For all those watching like, oh, just getting upset about what I'm saying, notice what I'm doing is I'm trying to offer a solution. I'm trying to build a bridge. And to my people who look like me, let's try to make sure that we educate ourselves on other people's history. That way we can understand them a little bit better and bridging that gap. Trying to find common ground where we all can live and peace and harmony probably will never be a thing, but we all can just get along. So what I would say is to provide a solution to P and R is let's try to understand each other's community. Well, I hope that video was insightful. I'm trying a way to bridge a gap between foreigners and Koreans. That way we can understand each other better. That way we don't have to have so many bad experiences in each other's country. I really like and I enjoy living in Korea. I enjoy learning about another culture. I enjoy learning another language. I enjoy being able to travel to different countries I've never been to and revisiting countries. Thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you for everyone who's going to be subscribing after you see this video, after you see the last video. I will see you guys in my next video, my special 100th YouTube video.